Hi guys, here I am on my balcony, finally. It's been very bad weather lately here in Spain, and we finally have a little bit of sun, although there might be a little bit too much wind, so we'll see what happens in this video if I can post it or not. Anyways, what I'm here to talk to you about today is self-testing, using the muscle test from kinesiology to actually test yourself. You can use this to see if things are good for you to eat or not. So you can test. I've got here my apple and a few other things that I've brought along to test to show you what we can do. It's also very useful to know about if you want to test your pet or your baby, somebody who can't talk to you. Also, if a person happens to be paralyzed and can't use their muscles properly. And then you can also use it for surrogate testing. So you could actually test somebody from a distance. So I'm going to make a few videos with different tests. And today what we're going to see is we're going to see two different versions of the ring test. So the ring test, the first version I'm going to show you is that you actually make a ring with your thumb and your index finger. And then with the other hand, you're also going to more or less make a circle with your thumb and your index finger, but you're going to put it through one of them, and then you're going to try and separate the ring. So you're going to apply pressure, and you can see that I'm applying pressure and it's not separating. And then the other one that we're also going to see, which is also using the ring, is you have the ring here and then just one finger. And with this one finger, we stick it into the ring and then we apply pressure as if trying to break the fingers away and come out of the ring. So first of all, you're always going to establish what your yes answer is and your no answer. It can vary. We will have a little video down the road to see why it's varying because sometimes it depends where you're standing. Um, so you might have to move around a bit, but you should have a yes answer being a strong, so you can't separate them. And this way also, the yes answer is a strong. And then your no answer would be that you can separate them fairly easily, or your finger can come through. Okay, so we're going to establish what your yes and no answer is. So you're just going to say yes, 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 and test, and you can see that that's strong. And if you say no, 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 and test, and you can see that now I can't keep my fingers together. And again with the other one, yes, 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 and I can't pull it out, and then no, 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 and it comes out. Okay, so you can do that by testing yes, 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 and no, no, no. But then you can also do a few sentences or statements to just double check. So you can say, is my name Susan? Test, and it is Susan. Is my name Peter? Test, and it comes apart. No, my name is not Peter. And again with the other one, is my name Susan? Yes. And is my name Peter? And no, it's not. Okay, so with these tests, what you can actually do, we'll go back to that apple here. So we have an apple, and I can hold the apple or I can put the apple in my lap and then test, and it's staying strong. In both formats, it's staying strong. So in other words, that apple doesn't stress me out and should be fairly good for me to eat. Okay, so that's with the apple. If it did happen to stress you out, then you can also ask a few other questions to find out whether it's because there's pesticides on the apple or whether it's the actual apple itself. Because it might just be that you have to peel it or wash it really well, and then then it would be okay for you to eat. Now, the other thing I have here is a coffee capsule. So again, I'm just going to put that coffee capsule on my lap and we're going to test, and you can see that right away they separate. So this indicates to me in both sense that this coffee is not very good for me. Okay, so now we could say, okay, is it the actual coffee or is it the capsule that's giving me that reaction? Because sometimes the capsules can be, you can either be allergic to the material of the capsule or something, and that could be the problem. So we're going to say that. And then I'm going to ask myself, is the problem the coffee or is the problem the capsule? The problem's the coffee. The problem's the capsule. So the problem's the coffee. Okay, so shouldn't have this type of coffee. I know it's not Arabica, so maybe that's the problem with that coffee. And for the last little test we can try, the cell phone. The cell phone. Put the cell phone on my lap and test and test. And it comes out okay. But this, I have a little trick on my cell phone, and I've put a little bit of aluminum foil in there to block the EMFs. If it didn't have that foil in there, it would stress me out. Eventually, your body will realign itself to adapt to this energy, which is what happens when you're walking around with it on you all the time if there's no protection. But anyways, that's that. So you can use these tests to test what you're eating, if you should eat it or not. You can also use the test to sometimes help you make a decision, whether it's a decision on what to study or a decision on where to go. Um, you can ask yourself lots of questions. I don't like overdoing it because sometimes it gets too much into a guessing game and your muscles might stop answering properly. That does occur especially if you don't listen to what your muscle is telling you. If you take this apple for example and your body told you not to eat it, but you went ahead and ate it anyways, and if you keep doing that and not listening to what your body is telling you to do, then it gets harder to rely on your muscles giving you a correct answer. Okay, so that's all for today. We will do another video with a few more tests, and I hope that this has been helpful for you. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye-bye.